Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can design this amazing restaurant landing page in Figma. So what we have in this design, so at the top we have navigation, and then we have this hero section, and as you can see we have this beautiful image behind the text. And yep, after that we have this about us section, and then we have our menu section. After that menu section we have this services section. So these are the services that this restaurant is providing for the customers. And then we have this our client section, or you can call it testimonials or reviews, whatever you like. And finally we have this reservation section, so a user can reserve their table, so they can fill this form, and yeah, they can just reserve their table by clicking this button. And then we have this counter, so what this restaurant have achieved, like for example they served this amount of customers, so for example, yeah. And finally we have this footer section. So let's design this. So before I design this page in Figma, so let me just tell you, in this video this will be a Figma video, and in the other video I'm going to convert this to a Bootstrap website, so make sure to watch that video also. So yep, let's get started and design this restaurant landing page in Figma from scratch. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to design is the hero section and navigation. So yeah, let's design that. So I'm going to select a frame and then click on the desktop, and I'm going to select a frame, and I'm gonna draw inside this desktop frame. This is going to be my hero section, so I'm gonna call it hero. Height is going to be 820, and then click on the fill color, and then click on the image, then choose image. So I'm going to go to the desktop, so I'm going to select this image, which is this cover image, and at the top of this image I'm gonna create an overlay. This is going to be my overlay, so the opacity for this is going to be 50%, and I'm gonna write text which is I'm gonna say delicious food zone. The font is going to be Oleo script swash, so this is a Google font, so you can use it for free. The font size for this is going to be 96. Okay, so now I'm going to grab some text, some dummy text from Lipsum website. I'm going to copy, and inside this frame I'm gonna paste this text. Font, the base font is going to be Poppins, and the size is going to be 16, and the line height is going to be 160%. Yep, make it to the center. It's like this. So the next thing, which is going to be the button, so let me design this button. Select a frame, let me just zoom it a bit, so draw a frame like this, and select the fill color, I'm going to change the fill color to this color, and I'm going to save it to my style. This is going to be primary color. So also I'm going to add this color to my style. Sorry, not color, the font. So this is going to be my body font. The font size is going to be 14. This is going to be center. Now select this frame and make it auto layout by Shift A, or just click on this one. So now it is auto layout. I'm going to rename it to button. Padding top and bottom is going to be 16, and left and right is going to be 38. Okay, and the border radius is going to be 1000. Okay, yep, just like this. This is going to be 34. It's center, so make sure everything is center. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to select this text and button, all the text, and click on group selection. So then click on horizontally and vertically center. So the hero section is ready. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to design this navigation. So for that, what I'm gonna do, so let me just define the grid for this desktop version. So this is going to be column. There will be 12 column, and the space between these column is going to be 30, and margin is going to be 120. Okay, and also I'm going to add this grid to my style. So I'm gonna call it grid. Okay, I'm going to select a frame, and then I'm going to drag it like this. Height is going to be 120. Okay, for now let me just give it a dark color so that you can see. There will be my logo, so I'm gonna call it logo. Font size is going to be 38 for this logo. It's going to be center. So I'm gonna remove this grid from the main desktop from the desktop and apply to this. I'm gonna rename it to navbar. I'm gonna apply the grid to this navigation bar. So now it shows me. Okay, just like this. So make it to the center vertically. Okay, and then I'm going to add this, and then I'm going to add these navigation links. So for that, what I'm gonna do, select a text, and this is going to be, say, home. Font is going to be Poppins, and the font size is going to be 14. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this, select both of these and press Shift A. Space between these items is going to be 20. I'm gonna duplicate by Control D. Okay, so this is going to be home. It's going to be about, I think, serve menu. This is going to be services, and services, testimonial, and then book a table. I'm going to duplicate. This is going to be contact. Okay, so the navigation is ready. So now I'm gonna remove this background color, and also going to remove the grid. So what I'm gonna design next is this about section. So we have some images and the text, so yeah, let's do that. So let me increase the height of this main frame. Select a rectangle and draw it like this. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate this. Okay, and minus 30. So I want to maintain a space like 30 pixel space from left and right side, and then I'm going to divide by 2. So I'm going to duplicate this one. I'm going to drag it like this. So as you can see, we have 30 space from left and right side between these items. So select this rectangle. This is going to be the image for this one. Let me adjust this image a bit. Select crop. Just like this. Select this frame and change the image. It's going to be this one. Select this frame and change the image. So the other image is going to be this one. Select a text. It's going to say about us. The font is going to be Oleos script swash caps. It's going to be 48. The color is going to be a bit dark, so yeah, this one. And also I'm gonna add this color to my style, which is going to be dark. And then I'm going to select this line, select a line, and by holding shift and then draw it like this. Okay, color is going to be primary and the height is going to be 2. Okay, so space is going to be 18 pixel between the line and text. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm going to copy this text. I'm gonna paste. This text is going to be the body text. The color is going to be gray kind of color, so this is going to be the color. Also I'm going to add this to my style, which is going to be the body style. Okay, okay, so that is looking good. I'm gonna duplicate this text. I'm gonna drag it to the bottom. I'm gonna delete some text just like this, and then I'm gonna grab this button. I'm gonna duplicate by Control D and I'm gonna drag it to the bottom. Say read more or something like this. I'm gonna select these images and I'm gonna convert it to a group. So this is going to be images. Okay, select this line and text and make it a group. So yep, this is going to be title. So select this text and title and all of these. So as you can see, the space between these is going to be, so now it is 26, so I'm going to reduce it to 24. Okay, I'm going to group it. I'm going to call it content. So I'm going to select these images and content and then click on this align vertically center. So now it is vertically center. I'm gonna select frame. I'm gonna call it about us. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next, I'm going to design this menu section. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to select this title. I'm gonna duplicate. I'm gonna drag it like this. Okay, so make it auto layout. Okay, I'm gonna copy some text. This is going to be body and the color is going to be this gray kind of color. It's going to be center and the text is also going to be center. It's going to be fill container. It's like this. Says our menu. The font is going to be 64. So you say our menu. Okay, so yeah. So as you can see, we have the about us section has a completely white color and our menu section has a bit kind of light color. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm going to select a frame. I'm gonna drag it like this. Okay, the color is going to be just a bit dark, a bit light. Yep, just like this. And I'm gonna add this color to my style, which is going to be, I'm gonna call it light. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm going to select a rectangle. I'm gonna draw it like this. I'm gonna apply grid to this I'm gonna call it, I'm gonna rename it and I'm gonna call it to menu section, and I'm gonna apply this grid to this section. Okay, so this is going to be our image and stars. So I'm gonna hold control and then press P. So this will I'm gonna search for Bootstrap icons. So I'm going to search for star. Okay, so again I'm gonna control P, Bootstrap icons. I'm gonna search for star. I'm gonna select this one. So select both of these and drag it to the menu section. Okay, I'm gonna make it auto layout by shift A. Okay, I'm gonna call it to stars. So we have this star, so I'm gonna zoom it a bit. Font size, I'm gonna reduce the font size, sorry, not the font size, the size of this star is to, I'm going to reduce the size for the stars is 18. Okay, select this auto layout frame and make it to horizontally. Space is going to be 8. Okay, so I'm gonna select this one, duplicate. Okay, then I'm going to select as text. I'm gonna give it a title for this menu item. Font size is going to be 24. Color is going to be dark. Okay, select these stars and click on this primary color, and then I'm gonna copy some text. Okay, so before that, let me just add the price for this item. It's going to be $99. Shift A, auto layout. Padding top is going to be 4 and left and right is going to be 12. The font size is going to be 12. Okay, the fill color for this badge is going to be primary and the text color is going to be white. Okay, yep, so let me add some text. I'm gonna copy and paste some text. I'm gonna delete some text from this one. It's like this, and the font size is going to be 16. I guess the font size for this is going to be 14. Color is going to be the body color. And now let me add this this button. So I'm gonna select text and I'm gonna say order. Now shift A, auto layout. Fill color is going to be primary. I'm going to detach and make the opacity 20%. The text color is going to be primary. Okay, the border radius is going to be 100. Padding top is going to be 6 and left and right is going to be 12. Okay, so let me turn off the grid for now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to select this text, then rename it to badge. I'm gonna select all of these and select this title and badge, make it to auto layout. Okay, now select all of these and make it auto layout. Shift A and make the width to fixed. Okay, I'm gonna move it to the top. Okay, so this is going to be image. and select menu item 1. So now select both these and make it a group. I'm gonna call it menu item. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select this frame and increase the padding to like 20. Okay, and the fill color is going to be white. Sorry, I don't have white color, so I'm gonna add this color to my style. It's going to be white, and select this, and this is going to fill container. Okay, the space between these is going to be 16. Okay, and select this text and click on this fill container. Okay, so we have our menu item. This is going to be, and I'm gonna group and I'm gonna rename it to menu item. I'm gonna reduce some text. It's like this, and decrease the space between these items. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this menu item and change the image for this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all these menu items and click on this, and the space is going to be 30 horizontally between these items. So I'm going to increase this section a bit. I'm going to select all of these and then I'm going to drag it like this. Okay, so I'm going to change the images for all of these. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all these menu items and make it, convert it to a group. I'm going to call it menu items. Okay, so space between the title and this menu item is going to be 70. Okay, so now select this menu section and by holding shift and then press A, make it to auto layout. This is going to be, content is going to be center, padding top is going to be 120 top and bottom, and left and right 0. Okay, and the width is going to be fixed. Yep, just like this. So now let's design this. So let me add this button. So I'm gonna duplicate this button by Control D. I'm gonna move it to this section. Okay, this is going to be, it will say explore menu. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to design our services section. So now I'm going to design the services section. Yep, this one. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to duplicate this title and I'm going to drag it to the bottom. Okay, this is going to be, I'm going to rename it the title to our services. Okay, so let me turn on the grid. I'm going to place an icon. Size is going to be 64. Color is going to be the primary color. I'm going to say service. Font size is going to be 24. Color is going to be dark. I'm gonna select this text, duplicate. I'm going to drag it to the service. It's going to cover the 4 column. Select the title and the text, auto layout. It's going to be center. Okay, fix. I'm gonna delete some text. Okay. I'm going to select the icon and the text, auto layout. It's going to be center, content is going to be center, and the space is going to be 34. I'm going to rename this to service. Okay, that's it for the service box. So I'm going to duplicate so I duplicate all these service box. So I'm going to change the icon for all these. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all service and click on this icon. The left and right padding is going to be 30 and the top and bottom is going to be 60 or 30, I guess. No, the top and bottom is going to be 60. Okay, looking great. So select all and then make it a group and rename it to services. The space is going to be 70. Okay, I'm gonna call it to services. Space is going to be 120. So now let's design this testimonial section. So I'm gonna increase the height, select a frame, click on the fill, and I'm going to place an image. This is going to be this one. Okay, so I'm gonna do duplicate the title. I'm gonna drag it to this section. Text color is going to be white, and the title color is also going to be white. Okay, so I'm going to design this section now. Select a frame, and this frame is going to cover 4 column space. Okay, fill color is going to be white. So now let me just hide this grid. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom it a bit. So I'm going to select a circle. I'm gonna drag it like this. It's going to be 120. Okay, this will be the image. So I'm gonna select these stars. I'm gonna duplicate, and then I'm going to drag it to this frame. I'm gonna copy some text, and I'm gonna paste inside this frame. Okay, so and then the name of the person who posted this review. So font is going to be Oleo script slash caps. So I'm gonna make it to auto. Font size is going to be 24. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm going to select the text, title, and the star, and make it auto layout. Content is going to be center. Now select this frame, the parent frame. I'm going to rename it to review and make it auto layout. Width is going to be fixed. Okay, content is going to be center. Padding top is going to be 60, and left and right is going to be 30. Okay, so select the frame and click on fill container. Okay, and then select these text, and this is also going to be fill container. So now if I drag, so as you can see, the text and this card is completely responsive. So yep, that's it. I'm gonna delete some text like this. Select this review frame, and the space between these items is going to be 16. It's going to be 16. Okay, and the space between this circle and the text is going to be 32. Okay, I'm gonna select this frame and click on image, choose image. I'm gonna select this one. I'm going to duplicate, select image. Okay, select this frame, duplicate by holding Ctrl and D. Select the image and change it to this one. So yep, I'm going to select these reviews. Okay, the space is going to be 30, and make it a group. This is going to be reviews, and then select this frame, the parent frame, and make it auto layout. Content is going to be center, padding top and bottom is going to be 120, and left and right is going to be 0. Width is going to be fixed, it's going to be 1440. Okay, so now let me just remove this auto layout. So I'm going to select a rectangle and drag it like this, make it black, and the opacity is going to be 50%, and move it to the bottom. So yeah, just like this. Okay, so before do that, so let me just the space between these items, so make it auto layout, and the space between the title and these reviews is going to be 70. Okay, so now let me just remove the auto layout, create an overlay. It's like this. It's completely dark, and opacity is going to be 50%, and select this rectangle and move it to the bottom, just like this. This is going to be reviews. So now let me design this reservation section. So I'm gonna duplicate this title, okay. So let me turn on the grid. So the first we have username field, so I'm going to select a frame, okay, and drag it like this. Color is going to be background fill color is going to be light, and the text is going to be enter your name. Okay, the color is going to be this kind of gray. Okay, font size is going to be 16. Yep. So make it auto layout. So let's see the height of this button, which is going to be 50. The height is 50, so make sure the button and the input field so make sure the height of the button and the input field is same, so which is in that case we have 50. It's going to be 50. Content is going to be center, padding left is going to be 16. Okay, I'm going to rename it to input, and then we have, I'm going to duplicate, say enter, to your email, and then we have these two columns. So at the first, which is your phone number and number of persons, so I'm gonna select this, duplicate, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to subtract the gap, which is in this case which is 30, and then I'm going to divide it by 2. Okay, I'm going to duplicate. Okay, so as you can see, space is 30. Enter your phone, number of persons, and then we have this text area kind of field. So I'm going to duplicate this one. I'm going to drag it to the bottom. Content is going to be at the top and left. I'm going to drag it like this. Enter your message. Okay, that's it. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna select all of these and select this and make it auto layout. Click on this, distribute, and the space is going to be 30. Okay, then I'm going to select this frame, this input field, and make it a group. I'm gonna call it form. Space between the form and the title is going to be 70. Okay, it's going to be center, and this is also going to be center. I'm gonna select both, make it a frame. I'm gonna call it Reservation Section. So let me just hide the grid for now. Okay, so I have to drag the button. So I'm gonna select the button, duplicate. I'm going to move this button to the reservation section. I'm gonna drag it like this. Move it to the form. So yep, that's it. So now let me design this section. So for that, what I'm gonna do, I'm going to select a frame. I'm gonna drag it like this. Okay, click on the fill and then click on the image. So I'm gonna place an image, this one. Okay, so let me turn on the grid. Font is going to be font size is going to be like 48. Okay, it's going to be white. It's going to do body text. Select both of these, Shift A, auto layout. It's gonna cover 3 column space. Content is going to be center. So this is also going to be center. I'm going to duplicate, so yep. Okay, I'm gonna increase the height. So I'm gonna create an overlay at the top of this section also, so the text. So I'm going to create an overlay. Okay, so now the text is looking clear. So let's design this footer section. So we have logo and some text, so I'm going to logo. Font is going to be Oleo script swash. Font size is going to be 38. Okay, so I'm going to select a frame and I'm going to drag it like this. Fill color is going to be dark. Okay, it's going to be white. I'm going to apply the grid to this one. I'm going to copy this text. It's going to be just like this. I'm going to delete some text. So then we have contact. Make it auto layout. Space is going to be 22. I'm going to duplicate this section. Font size is going to be 24 and this will say contact us. Okay, and I'm gonna write address. Okay, and then we have subscribe form. I'm going to select these text and make it auto layout. Space is going to be 16. Okay, I'm going to select this. I'm going to drag it here. I'm going to rename it to, it's going to be subscribe. I'm going to delete and I'm going to create input form. Fill color is going to be white and the opacity is going to be 4. Okay, 5. Can say email. Font size is going to be 14. It's going to be vertically center. Increase the height to like 34. It's going to be vertically center. Make it auto layout. The text is going to be, text color is going to be the body. Padding left is going to be 16. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this frame. I'm going to drag it to the bottom. Fill color is going to be the primary and the content is going to be center. Okay, the text color is going to be white. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select these two. Space between these is going to be 16. I'm going to make it a group. Space is going to be 22. Okay, so now let's me design the footer, the bottom footer. So this is going to be footer top. And select a frame. I'm gonna drag it like this. Fill color is going to be the dark and it is going to be a bit light. Okay, so let me hide the grid for now. Okay, so I'm gonna copy the copyright text. So I'm gonna turn on the layout grid. I'm gonna paste this text and this is going to be center. Okay, so hold control and then press V, so it's gonna open that search box. So I'm gonna search for Bootstrap icons. Facebook, Twitter, so I'm going to select all these icons and then press Shift A, auto layout. I'm going to drag it to this frame, which is a footer bottom. Oops, I'm gonna select, I'm gonna rename it to social. It's going to be center. The font size is going to be 18. Okay, it's going to be center and the left side. The constraint is going to be the left side. So if I increase space, so as you can see, the color is going to be white. Okay, So let me make everything center, so vertically center. So click on vertically center. I'm going to select this text and this group and make it auto layout. So yeah, that's it. So let me just show you how it is looking. So I'm gonna turn on the grid, turn off the grid, sorry. So let me adjust the space between these sections. So as you can see, which is not looking okay. So let me adjust the space between this section and then I'm going to preview so how it is looking.